right, just explaining my thought process here. This is the first time I'm seeing the pieces. They're all rough. Every one of them needs polished. And this one needs finished grind. But anyhow, my thought process here is trying to figure out where to put the handle to the umbrella versus that's going to be caught back at a bit of an angle. This has to come in. Forgive all the extra noise here. It'll be something like that so it can be seen. And I'm just trying to eyeball it into place. And I like that angle there. The shape of the shoe, the angle of the shoes. I'm gonna have to get back and make sure I like it. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and mark it. Roughly. I'll figure out my final dimensions to make a slice through, and then this handle will be welded. I'm gonna wire wheel it up a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it really, I think they call it brute de forge. I'm gonna leave it the mill scale as much as I can. This is polished out. This will be heat colored to blue, I hope. Kind of going big on a lot of the heat color in here. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. So yeah, I'll slice through and then have this handle set down just a little bit, no further than the 1/4 inch thick plate, probably even just 3/16, and then weld it at that angle underneath, weld it solid, and hope and pray that the weight of this and all of this, I mean, this is heavy as heck. So yeah, that's going to be in this shoe right here will be bolted underneath, probably in 3 places. And that's hopefully going to hold the whole shoe because this angle up, I don't want any attachment hardware anywhere to be seen there. And other than that, yeah, so I'm going to slice this through, figure out my dimensions now that I got that roughly where I want it and the angle. And then we'll weld it all from the bottom and just keep moving forward. Getting started, it's a fresh day here. I think my first step is going to be welding the umbrella handle in. I've threaded it, of course, so we can put the rod up. But I'm using the chain hoist, pull the umbrella over where I think I need it, try to roughly position this, reach up underneath and weld it. Now I'm going to attempt to have all my weld from the underside. It's got some small gaps, so I might get some penetration through. I don't care if a little bit of penetration comes through. But yeah, so I'm leaving this, what do they call this, brute de forge, I believe is what they call it. Leaving this rough and dark and mill scaled and black. All the rest of this is going to be shiny. Well, this is going to be blue, so this is all go in the oven together, bring it up to temperature to, or over the flame actually, to bring it to blue. These will be yellow. The rod will be copper, and the top I'm going to try, well, I'll probably have to hang it over a turkey fryer too to get that flame to bring it up to temperature. Hopefully it's a multicolored where the sheet metal turns blue and the rods, the main rods will possibly be yellow, maybe still be polished. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure that as we go. Anyhow, first step, get this welded on and then probably get back into more grinding today. I got some welds to touch up on the boots here. I'll probably get all that taken care of. And just another bunch of hours on that umbrella. Yeah, let's just get started and see if we can pull what we can pull together today. All right, getting round up this morning here. I've got everything basically ready to polish except for some final details I got to catch up. I'm hoping the glare will come through. Where I ground through this big spot here, I've got some undercut. I got to spot weld that in, get that ground in. There's a spot right here I started grinding through, so I got to touch that up. And just a few other places. There's a couple places of undercut, little bits and pieces. I'm probably going to let it fly because it's not that detrimental to it. But these up here definitely are. And then there's a couple spots down where the tensioners or stabilizers, whatever you call these things for the umbrella, come out where I've burned out the metal. I got to touch that up and grind that in. So yeah, I got about an hour's worth of detailing in here before I'm ready to polish this thing and move on from this umbrella finally after, Lord. From when I first showed you that I was starting to rough grind till now, I've got 9 hours on a grinder, grinding and polishing and shaping. So yeah, I'm over it. But I'm gonna keep rolling. Here we go. Let's do it. There's not really a whole lot to explain here as to what I'm doing as far as the length of the umbrella rod that I'm going to use. What I do is about the height that I guess it's going to be displayed. It's always a little different by the time I get like to a gallery when it's on display or something. But I try to stand back, get the height roundabout to where it's going to be displayed, and try to see how I'm going to set it up, because really this thing ultimately would have to be taller to make it look right, but I can't because of the weight of it, and it just starts looking big and bulky. So what I originally cut this rod at, the time I run it through and tighten it, it's going to be right about in that area. And that's pretty close to where I want, from the area I would be viewing the sculpture on display, is my only thought process on this part. Not really put any more thought than the way it will be seen as displayed. So yeah, it's super simple. But I'm going to go ahead and thread this out, this other end out, and I guess see how, polish this out maybe. Get spinning it and polishing it and see what I can do here. All right, let's just get rolling on it and make it happen. All right, here we go. First test fit of the entire, I guess we'll call this a dry fit of the entire piece. I'll find out if my base plate's heavy enough for the umbrella top with the leverage. There's a lot that could go wrong right here right now. Not horribly wrong, but it's just the way it is. Looks like with some self-leveling feet that I'm going to screw on feet I'm going to put on the bottom here, it looks like we're going to be just fine. I'm excited.